was told there was a 30% chance I would be a 5-year survivor.
My wife, Megan, was diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer at the age of 31.
I was diagnosed with stage 3 stomach cancer.
I was recently diagnosed with stage 3B stomach cancer.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 stomach cancer in April of 2008 when I was only 40 years old.
First opinion I got, they told me I had 6 to 9 months to live. I'd never be a candidate for surgery. They would find me wonderful palliative care, and I should really look into clinical studies because I wasn't going to live.
I came with these symptoms: inability to eat, extreme stomach pain, and extreme weight loss. What Debbie's Dream Foundation does is bring awareness to alert doctors so that they respond to people when they come in with these specific complaints.
%80 of stomach cancers are not diagnosed until stage 4.
This is actually our last picture that we took together. He passed peacefully in my arms on April 15th.
Her condition deteriorated and she got weaker and weaker during the day. And I'd look at her in that reclining chair and say, "What are you doing in that chair? This is not the natural order of things. I should be in that chair."
And after he died, I just said, this is crazy, because I'm a nurse. I was a hospice nurse at the time, and I became his hospice nurse. And I just can't think of too many cancers that are more vicious than this cancer.
Then they decided to do an upper scope because of her previous symptoms. And 2 days later is when our world fell apart.
The hardest part is that first month or so before you know what you're doing and you don't have a plan yet.
Our website is rich with information for stomach cancer patients. The first and I think most important thing is our Patient Resource Education Program, which we abbreviate PREP.
This is a valuable information resource because the patient advocacy groups have access to the available clinical trials in the United States, and they can take the time to explain what is a clinical trial, why are clinical trials important.
It was a place to go and find some expertise from people who had walked through the experience.
They really understood what I was talking about in a way that people in my real life didn't.
I started helping her through this PrEP program where we mentor other cancer patients and we help educate them.
The doctor's unfortunately so busy, it's hard to get all the information you need from them, so you have to find other sources to get a network of support.
We prepare people for the journey they're about to take.
I'm a stage 2 survivor. Debbie is a stage 4 survivor. We have PrEP mentors that are stage 4 survivors. There is hope.
One of the nice things about being a chair of the gala is the fact that we are actually able to help people directly. On the same day of the gala, earlier in the afternoon, there is a symposium that's going to be held, and it's webcasted all over the world where people can actually call in and ask questions of these specialists. And these specialists also put on lectures, and it's a really, really informative session with literally the top stomach oncologist in the world.
We're seeing a change in the epidemiology, in the biology of this cancer, where it's becoming a disease of middle age.
And if we combine esophagus and gastric cancer, we're talking about a disease that affects about 40,000 Americans a year.
There just haven't been advocates for stomach cancer research, and now there are.
probably what really brought us here and got us with Debbie's Dream Foundation was our son, Austin. Austin wrote our senator and begged him to support his daddy's fight, just like that. Will you wear a ribbon in support of my daddy?
She walked in and the people were not very receptive, and they said, well, we never heard of stomach cancer. And she said, well, that's sort of the point of why we're here.
The newer ideas are going to come from younger generation. And in order to support them, we need a big pot of money.
We're seeing that benefits of several lines of chemotherapy are beneficial. First and second line chemotherapies prolong survival.
That is very important to me because as a person who needs chemotherapy for the rest of my life, I need to have a chemo that won't stop working.
So we have two things that we're asking congressional legislators to help with. Number one is advocacy with the National Cancer Institute. That's where the lion's share of funding is for. And our second one is to include stomach cancer in the congressionally directed peer-reviewed cancer research program in the Department of Defense bill.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease, and the more we talk about an issue, the more our congresspeople and senators have to pay attention to it.
Because of the fact that we're not quite sure why there's an increase in stomach cancer in young people or how to combat it, I want to make sure that there's additional funding so we can find out those answers.
Our goal is to find a cure for stomach cancer. And we need everybody as a team to do this, and we need to band together.
Raising stomach cancer awareness, raising funds for new trials, personally it's not going to help me, really. It's not going to help my wife, but I feel like it's the right thing to do. And for other people that are going to go through this, because there are a lot of people, over 10,000 families every year, that are going to lose somebody to gastric cancer. And there's certain numbers, the incidence is growing in young people. And it doesn't seem fair when you have people that want to fight and that there's not things out there for them that they qualify for.
I have numerous patients who are doing extremely well, and I'm always looking for them, and I want to convert all of my patients to successes like Debbie, so that's what keeps us going.